Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my official NFL Week number 12 score predictions, where I go through every game and predict the final score. It is Thanksgiving. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And guys, like the great tradition, every single year we do have 3 games on Thanksgiving, starting with the 12:30 Fox game. It is the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. I really wanted to pick the Lions here. I don't know what's going on with their starting quarterback situation. Jared Goff is probably out again. And I was really looking forward to Justin Fields showcasing himself against a very beatable defense. Due to his injuries, I don't know the exact diagnosis, but it is a quick turnaround, so it's going to be tough for him to play. Probably going to be Andy Dalton. So not a great game, not a great start here with this quarterback matchup. I do have the Bears coming out on top, 21-13. Really not a lot of analysis to this game with the quarterback situation. I wish, again, this would be such a great spot for Justin Fields to really feel himself on the national stage against a winless football team on the road in a dome, good weather conditions. It's really unfortunate. Hopefully he plays, but it's a quick turnaround. I know they did the x-rays on his ribs. It came back negative. Andy Dalton last week comes in, almost beats Baltimore, although really, what did he just throw a screen pass? I mean, come on. But yeah, they almost beat Baltimore without Lamar Jackson, but they ended up losing that game. I do like the Bears defense, and the Lions right now, they're just a mess. I don't think they'll go winless. I've said this before. I think they'll get a win. Just not on Thursday. I got the Bears. Moving on to the afternoon game, the 4:30 game. It is the Raiders at the Cowboys. Of course, the Cowboys always in this game. It is a tradition. Cowboys off a very bad loss, bad offensive performance. What is going on with CeeDee Lamb? What is going on with Amari Cooper? Can CeeDee Lamb clear concussion protocol by Thursday? And then the Raiders coming off, both of these offenses are just coming off of terrible performances. The Raiders coming off a very bad performance at home against Cincinnati. I have this game being a little bit higher scoring, 38-27. I think Dallas runs the ball a lot early, sets up the pass. We'll have to see with CeeDee Lamb. Will he be able to play? Amari Cooper, what's going on with his injury? And then the Raiders, a team, real letdown performance against Cincinnati. I thought that game was going to be a shootout. Cincinnati did their part, but the Raiders just nowhere to be found. 13 points on offense in that game. I think they get back on track a little bit offensively, but end up losing to a Dallas team who really needs this win. They're trying to fight for a top seed in the NFC. The nightcap game on Thursday, it is an interesting one. The Buffalo Bills traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints and Trevor Siemian. I do have the Bills getting back on track, 31-16. Very mixed bag when it comes to the Bills. Last week, I thought they were a lock to beat Indianapolis. They got crushed. That game was over at halftime. Indianapolis was 4 of 5 on fourth downs in the first half of that game. Jonathan Taylor completely running over the Bills. And then Josh Allen, just some of these games not playing well. Will they be able to get Stephon Diggs involved? I think they do against New Orleans. And then how about, this is something I always bring up. Sean Payton doesn't get enough crap for how he handled the succession plan to Drew Brees. You knew Drew Brees was going to retire. Your best option is Jameis Winston. You're not going to draft a quarterback and groom him behind Drew Brees. Nobody blames Sean Payton. Nobody blames this Saints organization. They had zero plan behind Drew Brees, and it's showing. You're starting Trevor Siemian here, on Thursday night, Thanksgiving night. It's ridiculous. Give me the Bills to win that one. Moving on to the 1 o'clock games. Huge game in the AFC North. The AFC North is so bunched up right now. The most competitive division in football. The Steelers taking on Cincinnati. We remember Cincinnati owned Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh earlier this year. I do have Cincinnati winning a closer, high-scoring affair, 27-24. Pittsburgh, I'm just not fully buying that offense. They looked good against Los Angeles last night, Sunday night game. They had a good offensive performance, but the defense lets them down. Will TJ Watt be healthy and ready to go? Pittsburgh missed him dearly last night. And then Cincinnati, that was a really impressive performance in Vegas. Vegas is not a bad team. At worst, Vegas is like a 500 football team. You win 32-13 with Joe Burrow only throwing for 150 yards. That's an impressive performance. Cincinnati's defense swarming, a lot of pressure. This would be a monumental win for Cincinnati at home. This is like that stepping stone game for Cincinnati. Are you a real team? Are you a real contender this year? Go beat Pittsburgh at home. You're 3.5-point favorites. Just win the game. You already beat Pittsburgh on the road. Don't cancel it out by losing at home. That'll be a good one. Another 1 o'clock game. It is the Buccaneers who play tonight on Monday Night Football. I expect them to win tonight against the Giants at home. They will be traveling to Indianapolis. This is a spicy matchup. It's almost like this should have been the Sunday night matchup based on how Indianapolis is playing. Although the Buccaneers have lost 2 games in a row, we do expect them once again to win tonight against the Giants, and I do have them winning this game as well, 31-24. You got to give credit to the Colts. I cannot buy the Colts. It was an impressive performance against the Bills. I don't buy Carson Wentz. I really don't. Jonathan Taylor, great running back, but this is just an average football team to me. They really are the Colts. I'm just not seeing anything special. Maybe this year in the AFC, due to all these teams being down, you don't have to be very special to go make a deep playoff run. That's the good news for the Colts. This game, I'm expecting the Bucs to bounce back, to get back on track Monday night, and then this would be a big road win. Really good matchup. Possibly the best matchup of the week there. That no one really saw coming. We've got Carolina and Cam Newton coming off that close loss to Washington. They will be traveling to Miami for an interesting AFC-NFC matchup, and I've got Carolina winning this game. Miami's won 3 games in a row. Let's give them credit. Tua is looking better. The way they've handled Tua is so weird, though. But give me Carolina in this game. Close, lower scoring, 24-20. Cam Newton looked pretty good against Washington, and that's a pretty good defense. They did end up losing that game. I predicted them to lose that game. They get back on track here on the road. Again, Miami, 3-game winning streak. It's nice and all. It's going to end here. They're really not that good of a team, let's be honest here. Christian McCaffrey is back as well. I have Carolina winning that game. Next, we have the struggling Tennessee Titans taking on the red-hot New England Patriots. Based on how the NFL is going this year, you would expect the Titans to win this game. But just simply based on the past few weeks, I just can't predict them to win. I really can't. Bill Belichick, the godfather, the GOAT, what the defensive performances he's putting on right now, it's a clinic. It's crazy. Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill with a horrific performance this past week against a tanking Houston team. They lose that game at home. They're missing Derrick Henry right now badly. Again, this is one of those games with the way the NFL has gone this season, it's almost like you expect Indianapolis to somehow win this game, but I cannot, based on what I've seen, I just simply cannot pick them. The only reason I would be picking Tennessee, to win this game is based on how crazy unpredictable the NFL has gone this year. That's the only reason, and it's just like, that's not good enough a reason. I got to give some analysis. New England, their defense is playing great. Matt Jones getting more comfortable each week. The way they've handled him has been phenomenal. Don't do too much. Don't let him throw interceptions. Get his confidence down. He's riding high right now. This New England Patriots team, they are getting better each week. They win this game 21-14, lower scoring game. We've got Philadelphia at the Giants. The Giants, of course, facing the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay tonight. I expect them to lose that game. But next week, the Eagles, a trending team. And to me, this is a game. Is Jalen Hurts a franchise quarterback? You go out and you win this game. He's in his second year. This will be a big, big statement game of Jalen Hurts. You get a nice win last week. It was really impressive against New Orleans. Really good offensive performance, but you can't cancel it out with a bad performance at the Giants. I think they get it done. I think Jalen Hurts makes a statement as a dual-threat quarterback, 26-21 over the Giants, although we are expecting Saquon Barkley to be back by that game. He's supposed to, I believe, play tonight. He's questionable for the Monday night game, but he should be back. So the Giants getting some players back. Daniel Jones, really interesting situation there. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback, but he's not too bad. Daniel Jones is like a little bit of a better version of Mitch Trubisky. And honestly, Mitch Trubisky really wasn't that bad. Like, Mitch Trubisky's a good backup. Obviously, he wasn't worthy of the second overall pick, but Daniel Jones, I would say just a little bit better version. Is he a franchise quarterback? No. But he's a guy that can hang around in the NFL for a while, no doubt about that. Give me the Eagles in this one, though, 26-21. How about this game? The Falcons at Jacksonville. You know, this is a very important game for Trevor Lawrence's development. This is a big confidence boost type game. You're at home. Get the win. I do have them winning 23-13. Trevor Lawrence, you know, starting to not turn the ball over, being a little bit more safe. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions against the 49ers. They obviously lost and lost badly. The Jaguars are not a good football team, but this is a big game in his development. Can he throw 2 touchdowns? Can he have 0 interceptions? These are rookie quarterbacks. It's baby steps. You're on bad teams. Hopefully Trevor Lawrence can get some good protection from his offensive line, and we see him build that confidence a little with a home win against the team that's not very good. Calvin Ridley, will he be back for this game? I doubt it. He's still dealing with some issues. And then really that Atlanta offense, they get shut out. I mean, goodness gracious. You can't get shut out in the NFL. I know it's against Bill Belichick. Thursday night at home, there's just nothing there. Matt Ryan, what will he do next year? Is he going somewhere else to finish out his career? It'll be interesting. And another game. These games are hilarious. So the Jets at Houston. Houston tanking right now. I feel like the Jets are the more motivated team. I really do. I think the Jets are going to win this game. Jets should win this game 27-17. Joe Flacco, not a bad performance last week. Is he elite? Is Joe Flacco elite again? But Elijah Moore, the guy to watch. What did he have, like 160 yards and a touchdown? He's breaking out as a rookie, the rookie from Ole Miss. Beast. Houston, you got to be losing these games. You win last week. I'm not seeing it with Houston. I think they're trying to lose, to be honest with you. They're trying to get as high of a draft pick as possible. They already know they're going to get a lot in return for Deshaun Watson as well, so they're trying to set themselves up for the future. Again, Jets just seem like the more motivated team. This game is in Houston. It's probably a pick 'em, or maybe Houston might be slightly favored, but I like the Jets to win this game. On to the 4 o'clock window, it is the Chargers traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos. The Broncos coming off a bye week. The Chargers coming off an epic offensive performance on Sunday Night Football, getting the win over Pittsburgh. I do have the Chargers winning this one as well, 31-23. A really good offense. Justin Herbert on a roll right now. Denver, I'm not exactly sure where they are mentally right now. The Chargers know they need this game. Going to Denver and scoring 31 points is no joke. Denver has a good defense, especially at home. But I just think the Chargers are on a roll right now. You have that big performance against Pittsburgh. You carry it in. You carry it over. It's not like the Chargers are this 9-2 football team. I mean, this team is it right now. They need these wins. They need to win these football games. This is a very important interdivisional game. And let me just say, when it comes to the Denver Broncos, this is a very interesting potential landing spot for Aaron Rodgers with all their young star receivers, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, the young tight end. So I think the Denver Broncos are really going to be looking to add Aaron Rodgers in the offseason. That's going to be their main target. At 4:25, the Rams travel to the Green Bay Packers. The Packers defense finally, we knew it was going to happen. We knew the Packers defense was going to have a blow up. It happens against the Vikings. The Rams coming off their bye week, licking their wounds after that terrible Monday Night Football performance, traveling, probably 20-degree weather, wind chill around 5, maybe a little bit of snow. That's tough. 31-17. Give me Aaron Rodgers and the Packers in a bounce-back effort. Not a bounce-back for the offense. Aaron Rodgers, we knew he would come back and play really well. 4 touchdowns, 380 yards, no interceptions. Really good game. The defense for the Packers. You need to have a bounce back. You're getting a warm weather West Coast team coming in. That should help a little bit. Matt Stafford's struggling recently, and that should really help this Green Bay defense to get back on track. This is a really good game. I'm really looking forward to this 4:25 matchup. Hopefully there's going to be snow. I don't know. Lambeau Field should be really cold though. And it's going to be a very fun matchup. The Rams and Packers, two of the top 5 or 6 teams in the NFL. I know people aren't high on the Rams, but I don't overreact to one performance personally. The other 4:25 game is the Vikings, who seem to always play one-possession games, traveling to San Francisco. And San Francisco, say what you want about Jacksonville, but in today's NFL, winning convincingly, it's a hard thing to do. And San Francisco went into Jacksonville and completely took care of business. They're on a roll right now. I understand the Vikings have been involved in a ton of one-score games, but I think this is the week. You know, it's not going to happen all season. I think every one of the Vikings games has been one score. This week it's a little different. They get blown out a little bit, 33-20. This is a 49ers team that's on a roll. They need these wins. They started, I think, 3-6, but they've gotten back-to-back huge wins. That starting with that Monday night game, and then this past week in Jacksonville, they carry that momentum at home. 4:25, they get the job done against a Minnesota team coming off a very impressive win in their own right, with Justin Jefferson going crazy, Adam Thielen having a good game, Dalvin Cook. They have a really good offense, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, a little bit underrated, but I don't know how underrated he is considering he has a lot of weapons. But moving on to the Sunday night game, it is the Browns traveling to Baltimore, and this is the tough spot. This is me expecting Lamar Jackson will be back for this game. I've got it at 27-14. The Browns, Baker Mayfield is injured. You're playing him. He's got like 40 injuries apparently. He looked bad against Detroit and their bad defense. I don't, like, how are the Browns going to generate points? Even if they play, like, Case Keenum is completely washed. And I think it says a lot about Case Keenum that the Browns are still playing Baker Mayfield while he's dealing with all these injuries, meaning they don't trust Keenum at all. I don't know how the Browns are going to score. Baltimore, Again, I'm expecting Lamar Jackson. He had some sort of illness. It wasn't like an ankle injury or something that takes time, like a hamstring, something that takes time to heal. He should be back. I'm speculating for this game. It is a huge matchup. The Browns are still 6-5. They are over 500 in a completely bunched up AFC North. Baltimore got that big win on the road without Lamar Jackson in Chicago. I think this should be a little bit easier for them. We'll have to see what happens, but I expect Baltimore to win this game pretty comfortably. And then the Monday night game, and this is just going to be a defensive slugfest. It is Seattle at Washington, and you could say defensive slugfest mainly for the reason both offenses are not good, or both offenses leave a lot to be desired, especially Seattle's. I don't know what is going on with Russell Wilson. Is this Russell Wilson's last year in Seattle? People are speculating. People think it is. He needs a change of scenery for his last 6 or 7 years of his career. We'll have to see. I have this game 16-13 Washington with the win. You know, Washington's a lot's been said about their defense kind of underperforming. They're starting to play better even without Chase Young. He suffered that season-ending injury, unfortunately, that ACL tear. But they're starting to play better. Antonio Gibson on the ground. They're really a run-heavy team. Personally, I don't like teams that run the ball like 2-1 when it comes to running pass. They ran the ball like 40 times compared to 22 passes. I guess if you're winning, you can do that. But it's like, it's just not the funnest football to watch when you're running the ball 40 times and throwing it 22 with Taylor Heineke. But this game, Seattle, I mean, you've got Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. At this point, I don't know. Their offense is broken. Seattle's offense is broken. Will it get fixed against the tough defense on the road on Monday night? I don't see it. Lower scoring. Give me Washington, potentially Russell Wilson's last year as a Seattle Seahawk. Guys, that is going to do it for the Week 12 game predictions. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.